Sup, you limp dick fuckers? It's Uncle Swag here, and I'm here to talk to you about Casablanca. So this one came out in 1942. It was directed by Michael Curtis. Stars Humphrey Bogarts, Ingrid Bergman, Paul Henreid, if I'm getting that name right. Yeah, Paul Henreid, baby. Yeah, we ain't gonna sugarcoat this one. It's fucking great, guys. You should watch it because it's probably the best movie ever made. Definitely of the 1940s, I'd say. I don't know. I was pretty fucking blown away by it, and I watch a lot of movies. So this was, right now it's, either one or two of my favorite movies all time. The other one's Schindler's List. Both gave me similar, I don't know. I don't know if it's emotional responses, but both of them had me on the edge of my seat the whole movie. That's for damn sure. So, yeah, that's the big thing. It keeps you on the edge of your seat. You really wouldn't expect it with this love story from 1942. It sounds like a snooze fest, but it really isn't, guys. Don't sleep on this movie. I'm wondering if most of y'all watching this would be new or like looking for recommendations, or it's probably going to be watching this video after you've watched the movie. So I'm just going to tell you the things I like about it. I thought the directing was absolutely top notch, starting with the little camera movements he would do. I liked all the tracking shots. He loved panning his camera along or straight up moving it with his subjects. Michael Curtis, he liked starting on a still object and then panning the camera to put the viewer into the conversation, kind of to give you the setting and then the movie afterwards. I thought that was really neat. He does a thing with Ingrid Bergman where every time she's on camera, the background is totally blurry and her face is glowing like a Snapchat filter, and it really makes you sexually aroused. Ingrid Bergman, man, total fucking babe. The more I think about Casablanca, the hotter Ingrid Bergman gets. I think I'm remembering her hotter than she was, but who cares at this point? She's a babe in my head. Anyways, absolutely fucking fantastic directing. Yeah, I need to watch more 40s movies to fully understand how great the directing was, but I have a feeling that was some of the best directing of the 40s, 50s, 60s. Yeah, that it's top notch. It would still be well presentable today, I think. The acting, I don't really need to go in on that too much. I believed all the characters. I thought they were amazing. Thought Humphrey Bogart was awesome at delivering his single one-liners. Obviously, Ingrid Bergman captured my heart, which was her job. Laszlo played the fucking truly good guy perfectly. All three great casted. All three great. Yeah, everything worked out. I thought that was a perfectly casted and acted movie. The writing, every aspect of this movie gets better and better. The writing was top notch. I mean, I must have LOL'd fucking 15 times during the movie. It's hilarious, these one-liners, and maybe that's just like classic 1940s humor, but that shit is fucking funny, man. They just say funny shit the whole movie, and they're kind of quippy, like isolationism is no longer a practical policy. Just like that's not funny at all, but the way he says it, I don't know, it struck you. My favorite line was probably somebody goes up to Mr. Rick, Humphrey Bogarts, and they say, "Hey, what did you do last night?" He goes, "Oh, I can't remember that long ago." And you're like, "Ha ha ha." And then he goes, "Oh, okay, well, what are you doing tonight?" He goes, "Oh, I never make plans that far ahead." That's the type of shit Mr. Rick does. He's a fucking seat of his pants guy, and you're like, fuck, that guy's way cooler than I am. Obviously, he gets Ingrid Bergman. Ooh, wait. Yeah, so he's just a total boss. Laszlo does some cool stuff. Ingrid Bergman does some cool stuff, but Humphrey Bogarts does steal the show. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Every scene, every time they're all on camera, it's fucking magic. I wish I had more quotables. I'm sure I could find them, but I'm not really interested in that. Just believe me that the fucking dialogue is hilarious and gripping, which is what's great. The writing, the impact I don't even really need to speak on it. It's 1942, and it's still regarded as one of the best movies ever made. It'll never get topped. I don't think you can actually beat it. It's one of those, a paradigm where they created cinema. I think they created modern cinema. So it's like trying to be cooler than your great grandpa. who you can't be no matter if you're the fucking coolest guy ever. You're I don't know, and having a cool grandpa. It'd be like if your grandpa was Babe Ruth. It's like being cooler than Babe Ruth or Elvis or any fucking body. Teddy Roosevelt. I don't know. It's like that. You can try and you can be cool for 2018, but you'll never be cooler than fucking Babe Ruth. He's fucking Babe Ruth. And that's it. That's their impact. From an emotional standpoint, it had me firing on many cylinders. I was very involved in the love triangle. It brought interesting geopolitical conversations into it. It had to do with, obviously Nazi occupation of France and refugees and people shipping out to America. It was fun to see that, as America as the safe land for refugees. It creates interesting political dialogue, and I think it always will, but especially today, just because World War II was such a crazy fucking time. I'm imagining, obviously, I wasn't there. So, yeah, the impact, phenomenal. Yeah, we're still talking about it today. We'll never stop talking about it. The movie's awesome. The plot, somehow they did this too. Somehow the plot had me on the edge of my seat the whole time. I don't quite get how a 1940s movie is able to do that. But they fucking did it. They did it by introducing three of the best characters, putting them in a very interesting love triangle, letting it play out, letting you make opinions of it while the bad guys kind of foil their plots. And then you have your own opinions, and eventually the story works out, and the ending is better than whatever you had even envisioned. They do it fucking great. It's a very well written and told story. But yeah, the big thing is you're on the edge of your seat the whole time because you can't figure out how it's going to unfold. And then when it finally unfolds, you say, beautiful, beautiful. And that's it. If you watch the movie, you'll love the love triangle between Laszlo, Ilsa, and Mr. Rick. I'd love to dive into it, but I don't think plot synopsises are really that great. I'm assuming you've seen the movie, so you should know what I'm talking about. But I don't know. At first, I was, you're pulling for Rick, and then Rick's a dick, and you're like, fuck. But then Ilsa, turns out she's a schmuck, and you're like, fuck. Well, now I'm back on Rick's side, and then Rick finally gets the girl because Ilsa obviously loves Rick more than Laszlo. It's very complicated. And then the ending gives me two twists that I did not see coming. And I think settles it as perfectly as could be done. I don't see a better way to wrap up that story other than the way they did it. Although I said I kind of wanted Rick to just take the girl. I thought that would have been funny. Or something crazy to happen. But I think that if Rick sold out Laszlo and then took Ingrid Bergman, I thought that would be an interesting ending, but definitely not a better one because he's right at the end when he says, you'll be regretting you'll be regretting this decision, in 2 weeks or something. He says, if you go with me instead of Laszlo. Basically, he's like, Laszlo's a better man than me. And that's great. It's a good fucking movie. I'd recommend it to my worst enemy and my best friend. And it's a 10 out of 10 on the Netdick scale. So, thanks for tuning in, guys. If you haven't seen Casablanca, obviously watch it as fucking fast as possible. And if you have, let me know if you agree with what I think on it. So, thanks. Uncle Swag out. Y'all get it. Peace.